What up, welcome back. Digital Slang. Today, the Sony WF-1000XM3, one of the best earbuds of the year in 2020. Going up against Samsung's new Galaxy Buds Pro. Price-wise, very similar. There are some major differences here with these earbuds and a lot of similarities. Let's get into it. The Galaxy Buds Pro are rumored to be around $200. The Sony's $230, same price they were at launch, so that should tell you a little something about how good they are. Price has not come down in a year since the release date of the Sony's. Now the packaging here, very nice packaging on both. A little different, the Buds Pro a lot smaller, the Sony's a lot bigger, but both of them are very nice. And if we turn them over, we'll get some info on the back about what they have to offer. And again, both very nice. I do like both of the packaging on both of these earbuds. And if we take a look at the actual buds themselves, this is going to be one major difference. The actual physical size of this case, look how much bigger the Sony's are compared to the Galaxy Buds Pro. It is a huge difference on here. I mean, almost twice as big of a case when it comes down to size. I mean, think about that. For some of you, and for me, that might make a difference, right? Like putting this in your pocket compared to this. Ease of use, carrying it around. I'd rather carry the Galaxy Buds Pros around all day long compared to these, but let's see what else is different. Let's go over the specs really quick, then we'll get into how each of them fit, because that is going to be a little different as well, and then the rest of the good stuff. So specs on these: Bluetooth 5.1 on the Galaxy Buds Pro here, Bluetooth 5.0 on the Sony's. Battery life is going to be very similar on here, 5 hours with ANC on. It will be about another hour, hour and a half with ANC off on the Galaxy Buds Pro, and 18 total with the case. The Sony's are going to be around 6 hours with ANC on, and about 7.5 to 8 hours with ANC off, and another 18 with the case. Now, the Galaxy Buds Pro do have wireless charging, where the Sony's do not offer wireless charging on here. So that is one major difference on here. If wireless charging matters to you, you might lean towards the Galaxy Buds Pro. Now, another major difference on here is IP rating. The Galaxy Buds Pro have an IPX7 water resistance rating, so a very good rating here, about a meter of water for 30 minutes. And on the Sony's, there is no IP rating. So with the Sony's, you're not going to want to work out in them. So if you like to work out, if you are active, that might be a deal breaker for you. The Galaxy Buds Pro, again, a really good IP rating, IPX7 on the Buds Pro. Now, both of these do have ANC. Both of them do have an ambient noise. Now, both of these you can use one at a time. Both do have app support. You can adjust your touch controls to change up some of the controls in each app, and I'll show you that on each individual app. And when the Sony's did come out, you did not have access to volume control. That has changed since a firmware update. You do have the access now to change your controls around and include volume controls on your earbuds. So that is a very good thing. Now, inside of each box, inside of the packaging on here, on the Sony's, you're gonna get a small, medium, and large silicone tip, as well as a small, medium, and large foam tip and USB Type-C to charge. And on the Galaxy Buds Pro, a small, medium, and large silicone tip. And again, the medium will come already installed on your earbuds for both of these. So again, try different earbuds. It will make a difference as far as ANC goes, as far as ambient noise goes, and as far as sound quality goes. I can't stress enough how important it is to get a good seal. Now, again, the case is very different in size. We got the two-tone look with the LED light here and the USB Type-C on the back with the branding up top for Sony's, and of course the USB Type-C on the back of the Galaxy Buds Pro with the branding and the LED light here on the inside. Now let's take a look at the actual buds, because this is another major difference. The buds on here, a lot of people, do not like the look of the Sony's. I don't mind them. I do prefer the look and the fit of the Galaxy Buds. A lot smaller of an earbud here on the Galaxy Buds compared to the Sony's. You can see the big size difference here between these two buds. And some people have a problem with how these fit. So overall, they do stick out more in your ear when you do wear them. So if we throw them in the ear, you can see they do stick out quite a bit. Now, this will give you really good microphones on here, but you can see how much they stick out. So a little different style of earbud. And again, this is what will come down to preference. Again, both of these, the in-ear silicone tips. So if you are used to that type of earbud and you're okay with it, then maybe the look and the preference will decide which one you like better. Again, these are much smaller, and for me personally, I do prefer how these fit more so than the Sonys do. And man, transparency mode already kicked in, or ambient mode already kicked in, and it's just really good on the Galaxy Buds Pro. So again, depending on what you like, your preference when it comes down to how they look, you know, it might make you go one way or the other. And of course, the size difference is major here. So already a bunch of differences on these earbuds that are priced very similar. So no IP rating on the Sonys, no wireless charging on the Sonys, and a much, much bigger earbud on the Sonys. So you already might be leaning towards the Galaxy Buds Pro, but let's keep going because Sony's got some juice here. Don't sleep on the Sonys now. So first thing we're gonna do is a mic test. So I'm actually gonna use the Sonys first. We're gonna do a mic test in a quiet room, then I'm gonna turn on some crowd noise, and then we're gonna go right into the Galaxy Buds Pro and do the same test. Quiet room, crowd noise, let's get into it. All right guys, the mic test. The Sonys are up first. We are in a quiet room, very peaceful setting. These should have really good mics. Again, the fit, the build are very different than the Galaxy Buds Pro. How does the mic sound? All right, guys, now we're in a crowded room, an environment where there's a bunch of people yelling, screaming, cheering for the favorite team. This is the mic test in the crowded room with the Sony WF-1000XM3. All right, guys, the Galaxy Buds Pro. This is the mic test going up today against the Sony WF-1000XM3. What is up with the naming of the Sonys, man? Really bad. Mic test, quiet room. Let me know how it sounds. All right, guys, now we are in a crowded room. The Sonys and the Galaxy Buds Pro going head to head today. This is the mic test on the Buds Pro. Let me know. Now, as far as latency goes on either earbud, the Sonys or the Galaxy Buds Pro, I haven't experienced any delay whatsoever. Now, there is a gaming mode, a low latency mode on the Galaxy earbuds, but nothing like that on the Sonys. But even saying that, no delay whatsoever between audio and video. iPhones, Android devices, whatever you want, you should be good to go. Next, we're gonna get into the apps for both of these devices. Now, the wearables app, I've gone over this a bunch. You guys know how good the wearables app, especially those of you that use the Samsung earbuds, whether it's the Live, the Plus, and the Pro, are no different. Really good app support here. You got a ton of options in here. Active noise cancellation off, ambient sound on. You have different levels of both. You have two levels, high and low, for active noise cancellation. You do have ambient sound where you do have 4 different levels, all the way from low to very high. And in my opinion, very high is just a little too much. It does bring in a lot of outside noise, a lot of white noise that you can hear in your ear. It's basically like a hearing aid. It does amplify your hearing, and it's really incredible, to be honest with you. But in my opinion, it's a little too much. The high setting on here is really good, and it's probably all you need unless you want to get a little crazy. Now, voice detect, a really cool option on here. If you turn voice detect on, of course, and you turn on ANC, and I talk for 5 seconds, it will go automatically into ambient mode. If it hears a voice, whether it's your voice or someone else's voice, it will change over. So really good. Just know that if you do that and you have that turned on, you will not be able to sing. So if you like to sing, you're not going to be able to use that without it going into ambient mode all of the time. You can block touches, touch and hold. This is where you can go in, and we'll touch on touch controls right now for the Buds, and we'll go over the touch controls on the Sonys when we take a look at the app next. Now on here, your touch and hold, this is where you can go in and you can change what it does right now. So right now it's set to Bixby, which we don't want that. But volume control, so you can set it to control your volume where you touch and hold either bud, the volume will go up or down. So you do have options, and you can configure your earbuds to work basically how you want them as far as touch controls go. So really good there. Your EQ, you're gonna have an EQ setting on here, all the way from normal to treble boost, bass boost. Dynamic is really good, bass boost is really good, treble boost, they're all very good, and they're all very different, which is a good thing. So of course, you can go in and read notifications. Advanced is where you will go in and you can have seamless earbud connection. You can connect the 2 devices and share audio. Hearing enhancements, you can adjust it to the right or the left. I like it in the middle, keeps it very balanced. back out of here. Labs, that's where your gaming mode is. Of course, you can turn that on and off. I just leave it on all the time. Find My Earbuds will use your GPS inside of SmartThings, and you can locate your GPS or locate your earbuds if you do misplace them. And you can also go in, and every now and then you're going to have a firmware update, and we should be getting more updates as these get closer to the release date. And after the release date, there is supposed to be a good update, and we'll talk about that when we get to it. Now, if we look at the Sony app, you can see it does have the battery percentage up top of each earbud, as well as the charging case. Your adaptive sound control, you can turn that on and off. This will detect your actions and locations and will automatically switch your headphone settings to take in different amounts of ambient sound depending on where you are. So pretty cool. And it can detect of actions, whether you're staying or going, learning of locations that you frequent. So very cool here. You can go back out of here. And of course, this is a song that we were playing last. Ambient sound control, you can adjust your ambient sound control. It goes from 0 to 20. You have different levels with a slider bar. You can have it focus on voice. Your EQ settings, again, app support on both of these guys, really good. It's all preference really when it comes down to which app you like better. They both have an EQ. They both have settings for your ambient noise. So awesome stuff here with apps, guys. I love it when I can get a pair of earbuds with a really good app. And both of these earbuds deliver. The EQ on here, you do have some settings already there now, custom. You do have a manual mode. Now, if you want to switch it up in manual, you click on this little settings tab and it will open up your EQ, and you can adjust it to what you want to fit your needs, or you can just go with ones that are already there. Bass boost, speech. You do have a treble boost. You do have a bunch of different options that are already there to fit whatever sound you do like. 360 reality audio. You can take pictures of your ear, analyze your ear for that 360 immersive sound. Sound quality mode, you can prioritize it to focus on either sound quality or a stable connection. And then your DSEEHX auto, I leave that on all the time. And that is going to, basically, it's a digital enhancer to upscale your audio to high res. So pretty cool, and it does make a difference. Now, pauses when headphones are off. This is in-ear detection. When I take these out, it will automatically pause. Now, this is where you can go in here and change your touch controls to whatever you want. Again, at first, these did not have volume control. It does offer volume control now. So if we click on here, if it says you can change the function assigned to touch sensor on the left. So whenever I touch, out of the box, when you get these, it scrolls through ANC, ambient mode, and turns it off. Now you can go in and adjust that to control your volume, to control Google Assistant, whatever you want, different options for your controls. And then your right earbud, right now it's got all your settings, play and pause, next song, previous song, launch a voice assistant. So again, different controls for both. Basically the same thing. You can switch back and forth what you want to fit your needs. So awesome apps on both of these guys. So again, something like that will boil down to preference. What do you like? What do you prefer? And if you have an Android phone, of course, you're going to lean more towards the wearable app. On an iPhone, this app is available for either Android or iPhone. So awesome stuff here. Next, we are going to talk about sound quality. I really enjoy the sound quality on both of these earbuds. Now, right off the bat, I would like a little more volume on both. I always find myself wanting a little more. The first time I listened to these, I was blown away by how they sounded, because I was comparing them to the Galaxy Buds Plus. A lot of you guys like the sound of the Galaxy Buds Plus. Not a lot of bass in those compared to something like this. These have much more bass in the Galaxy Buds Plus, and they sound much better than the Buds Plus. Overall though, volume-wise, I would like a little more volume. And that's the same with the Sonys here. I would like a little more volume. Now, as far as bass goes on both of these, there is a little bit more bass, in my opinion, on the Galaxy Buds Pro. But even saying that, the bass on here, on the Sonys, it's definitely more crispy. This has more of a rumble to it, where this has that punchy bass, right? It's that quick, punchy bass that sounds just very crisp. Overall, I actually prefer the sound quality on the Sonys. It's much more clear on the Sonys, very crispy and clean highs and mids with punchy bass. The Galaxy Buds Pro sound really good, and there's some bass on there that sounds good. Nothing gets muffled out, nothing gets lost. Overall, I like the crispiness more on the Sonys. But saying that, They both sound really good. I don't think you're going to be disappointed with the sound quality of either of these earbuds. I do wish there was more volume though on both of them. Next, we're going to talk about ANC and ambient mode on here. Now, on the Galaxy Buds Pro, I do believe, we'll talk about ambient mode first. I do believe the ambient mode does work better on the Buds Pro. Overall, it's just more intense. It just allows a lot more of that ambient sound in. Now, again, if you put it on very high, it's going to let in a lot of white noise. So just be aware of that. It does work better and it does allow more in. That might be preference though. You might not like that. You might like basically zero white noise on your Sonys with ambient sound, and it does work very well. The Buds Pro, I think, is overkill in some aspects of the ambient noise, because very high is insanely good, but it does let a lot of that outside noise in. Overall, they both work really good. The Buds Pro, I think, a little better. Now, as far as ANC goes, the Sony's top of the class, the Buds Pro mid-range right now. Now, there was a tweet from Ice Universe saying that after launch, the drivers on the Buds Pro were going to get an update regarding active noise cancellation. So we'll see where that goes. And I will do a follow-up video with all of these videos after launch. And I'm not doing a full review on the Galaxy Buds Pro until after launch, until all of the apps and earbuds have been updated and everything is finalized. But right now, the way where ANC stands, it doesn't compete with the Sonys at all. The Sonys, top of the class, top 1, top 2, top 3 as far as ANC goes, and the Galaxy Buds Pro are, it's good on the Buds Pro, but it's nowhere near what the Sonys bring to the game right now. So just be aware of that. So overall, look, both of these very similar in price, really good app support. Both of them sound good. We talked about sound quality on these. Battery life, very similar on here. No wireless charging on the Sonys. The Buds Pro do offer that. No IP rating on the Sonys. The Buds Pro do offer that. So some things are better or not available, I should say, on the Sonys that are available on the Galaxy Buds Pro. As we stand today, ANC is better on the Sonys, and the sound quality, in my opinion, is much cleaner, much sharper on the Sonys compared to the Galaxy Buds Pro. And saying that, I'm not saying the Galaxy Buds Pro sound bad. They don't. But a lot of this might boil down to preference. The fit and the size of the Sony earbuds, big difference, right? Compared to the Galaxy Buds Pro. I do prefer how the Buds Pro fit, how they look. I like the size of the case better. So again, some of this is preference. The mic test, let me know, guys, which mic do you think sounds better? The Sony and the Galaxy Buds Pro, two really good earbuds. Let me know, guys, what you think. I'll be back with more. Stay safe. Peace.